Out for an easy spin this morning, keeping it local, bit of a zigzaggy route. Today's ride, I'm going to make it a duathlon. I'm going to go home, get straight on Zwift in the same kit, and then do another session, so like a double session. As you can probably tell from my attire, it is very nice today. And that means there's a lot of people outside as well. Everyone's entitled to their exercise under government rules, but that does make it a little bit tricky riding in between them and stuff on the bike path. So we've been trying to stick to the sort of main roads, there's barely any traffic on them anyway. And yeah, seems to be going okay. Nearly finished our loop now, thank God, because it's been a headwind all the way back. Legs feeling really good. It's nice after doing a few hours on the turbo to switch over to the real bike and you just fly. The bike can move underneath you finally. Oh, Daisy's dropping me. Oh, I can finally walk around in these. So much easier. So I'm testing out New York as a route on Zwift today. Trying to do as many different loops as possible because you get a hefty dose of bonus XP every time you do a new one. So trying to mix them up. Got a fan there. Kind of gets blocked by the laptop though, so I'm gonna figure out a solution to that. Maybe try and figure out a different location for it. Maybe up there. I'm really running out of places to put things in this room. Not too bad if I say so myself. That is the official Zwift hooks, the Zwift Orange, available in all good sheds. We've got some stuff to talk about today. You look like you've just been on a beach.
I wish I'd been on the beach.
It's just
gonna show here.
What do you mean a height difference?
Bring your seat up
and then So we woke up to some strange news yesterday. We were featured in the Times newspaper, a picture of us riding up Box Hill in a group. We weren't riding up Box Hill in a group though, were we?
It didn't say in the group, but the picture made it look like we were with all the people.
So I'm going to flick up a picture of the newspaper here. As you can see, the tagline that they used was "Cyclists flout rules in the Surrey Hills." I think it was that. With a picture of us in a group of riders. But we weren't in a group of riders. It just so happens that Daisy was taking a photo at exactly the same moment from our angle without a zoom lens. And this is what it looked like from our angle. I mean, I don't know what the chances of you taking a photo at exactly the same time were.
I know, I'm so happy.
Yeah, we were very lucky that you did that because otherwise we'd pretty much have no defence. As you can see in Daisy's photo, this is a perfect example of something that's been happening in the press over the last couple of weeks to essentially point out people who aren't following the rules properly, whether it's joggers or people sitting in fields or cyclists. They've been using these photos that have been taken with a telephoto lens, which creates a compression effect and makes it look as if you're in a group or closer together than you actually are.
That is happening, and I think it's important to highlight that people still are doing that, and it is bad. But
yeah,
it's not fair to try and twist photos to make it look like it's happening. Because we didn't see that happen on the whole ride. I know people did see that happen on Sunday. We didn't personally see that happen.
No, we managed to do a whole 40k spin over to Box Hill, kept it fairly local and didn't come close to anybody at all. Everyone was respecting the rules, riding solo or in pairs. We can only assume from the same families. I'll put a link down below to an article that Cyclist put together, Cyclist magazine, and they've listed some other instances of this happening in the last few weeks, so you can see for yourself. Unfortunately, there isn't always another person's perspective like it was in our case, so there's no way for people to prove that they were being misrepresented. So I think it's a bit of a shame that a lot of the Times readers won't see this video because it's a bit of a different demographic. So it is a bit of a kick in the teeth to myself and the cycling community as a whole because it's completely twisting the truth and using a compressed image. It ends up stirring things up and creating a problem for the community of cyclists and a group that already gets a lot of flack, which is unfair in my eyes. I know I've said this before on the channel, but it is very important to stay sensible with your riding. We're trying to keep things short, local, avoid places that are going to be hotspots. Box Hill on that day wasn't. We rode up the whole hill 100 metres away from most people. You were saying a minute ago, the riverside.
I did a loop around near Hampton Court, and that was the smaller path. I just did this by myself, you were just at home. It was way narrower than Box Hill and way more people. So I'm not trying to say that I've done worse, but it's like, I don't know. And when we went to Box Hill, there's that other climb to Switzerland or
yeah, I can't remember, I think it's something like that.
So you can go straight on instead of going up Box Hill. And more people were actually going up that way to avoid Box Hill. So actually it was a fair split of people avoiding it and going up it, meaning that there wasn't congestion on it. We were both like, oh, everyone's going the other way.
All the cyclists we saw were using common sense and just staying away from each other. So I'll be interested in hearing your guys' opinions on the situation at the moment. Are you still riding outside? We think as long as it's kept local and solo or family members, then it is okay. That's still being encouraged by the government. We're, however, fairly lucky with where we live, so we can do a ride very quickly onto quiet lanes and we don't have much of an issue with coming into contact with people. We're also riding as a pair, so we can carry spares and we're much less likely to end up stuck somewhere and then risk contact. And we also have other family members that could help us out in the unlikely event we got stuck somewhere. Clearly there's physical and mental benefits to riding outside, but by all means put your constructive thoughts down below.
Like, I think the bigger point of this is how the media is twisting it to make it seem like we're doing something wrong. And regardless of what people think, I don't think we did anything wrong by doing that ride.
No.
And I don't feel, we were sensible about it. We didn't come into contact with anyone. I don't feel bad about what we did. And I appreciate, we stay at home majority of the time apart from that. And, this is we've done 3 full weeks now of isolating at home, except for riding. The bigger picture is the fact that the media is making it seem like we've done something really bad when the reality of it was that we didn't, and that's what needs to change.
Yeah.